back at yours, and it makes me wonder, why is he here all alone? I love going out to where the music's too loud and where the people surround me. Yeah, here's my best advice, just let me stay in this vibe and never think that you owe me. Yeah, you can talk to me, boy, and you can move it up close, but that's as far as it goes. I'm not your baby, I might be up for a dance, I might be holding your hand, but that is all I can stand. I'm not your baby, no, you're not gonna get what you came here for. I'm leaving as soon as you ask for more. Yeah, you can talk to me, boy, and you can move it up close, but that's as far as it goes. I'm not your baby.
Good afternoon, everyone. So let's come back to the second session of the AMM. So starting from the second section, that would be initially a NRO-NC selection result. I'd like to welcome Cherie to announce the selection result. Cherie, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sheri Langakali, and I have been appointed by the APNIC Executive Council to serve as election chair for the elections at APNIC 58. I am very pleased to say that the elections results are here with me, and there have been no disputes. I have also been advised by the scrutineers that they witnessed the vote downloading process, and there were no issues or anomalies to report. Everything went well. So I'm going to announce the results and the corresponding votes one by one. The NRO Number Council election closed, the polling process closed at 2:30 p.m. New Zealand time, and the voting count method used was V1 FBTP. The ranked by votes, we had Nicole T.I. Chen at 121 votes, Carl Kloppenberg at 86 votes. The total number of votes cast was 207. This means the nominee who is successfully elected to NRO Council, Number Council, is Nicole T.I. Chen. There were a number of special interest group elections also that were the results that I'm going to be announcing. We had the Policy SIG co-chair, and the polling process closed at 2:30 p.m. this afternoon, New Zealand time. The voting count method used was V1 FBTP. The ranked by votes, we had Ching Heng Koo at 91 votes, Zhao Jiang Tang at 56 votes, Christopher Hawker at 31 votes. The total number of votes were 178. This means that the nominee who is successfully elected as Policy SIG co-chair is Ching Heng Koo. The NIR SIG co-chair is also up for elections. The voting for this closed at 2:30 p.m. New Zealand time. The voting method count used was V1 FBTP. Ranked by votes, we had Zhen Yu at 73 votes, Billy Mu Ho Chion at 58 votes. Total number of votes cast was 131. This means that the nominee who is successfully elected as NIR SIG co-chair is Zhen Yu. We had the Corporation SIG co-chair elections. The voting for this closed at 2:30 p.m. New Zealand time. The voting count method used was V1 FBTP. Ranked by votes, we had Vikram Shrestha at 78 votes, Manju Chen at 13 votes. The total number of votes cast was 91. This means that the nominee who is successfully elected as Corporation SIG co-chair is Vikram Shrestha. And we also had the Routing Security SIG co-chair votes. The polling for this closed at 2:30 p.m. New Zealand time. The voting count method used was V1 FBTP. Ranked by votes, we had Taichi Kimura at 113 votes, We had Zuotao Iliu at 15 votes. Total number of votes cast was 128. This means that the nominee who is successfully elected as Routing Security SIG co-chair is Taichi Kimura. Thank you very much, everyone. This was elections results for today. Please join me in congratulating our winners for today, and I will hand the mic back to Kenny. Thank you, Kenny.
Okay, right. Thank you, Sherry. And also thanks to all participants for the candidate, and also congratulations for all elected candidate. Okay, the next one, we'd like to move to AENA PTI update, reported by Kim Davis.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kim Davies. Thanks for the opportunity to give you a brief update on AENA. For those not familiar with AENA, AENA's basic responsibility is to coordinate unique identifiers across the globe that are needed for the internet that require some kind of global coordination. We manage over 3,000 identifier types, many of which you've probably never heard of, that are used deep inside the protocol stack to support exchanges that are generally not user visible. But 3 of the types of identifiers that we manage are of particular interest to this community, which is the global allocation of IPv4 addresses, IPv6 addresses, and autonomous system numbers. Just in terms of the allocation status of IP addresses, this slide is almost identical to last year when I last presented, but essentially our stocks of IPv4 are completely depleted. We had a recovery process for a few years in the late 2010s that dished out small allocations to RARs, but even that allocation pool that we had was exhausted in 2019. So there's been 0 allocation activity of IPv4 addresses by us to RARs. And unless someone returns more address space to AENA, it's very unlikely we'll do so again in the future. In terms of IPv6, 1/8 of the IPv6 address space is allocated for unicast allocation. That can be divided into 512/12s. And of those, we've only allocated 7, so, or 8. I don't know, my math's wrong there. But essentially, there are huge stocks of unicast IPv6 addresses available for allocation. As with the IPv4 addresses and AS numbers too, we follow a formula-based allocation approach. So when RARs exhaust their supplies below a certain threshold, they're then automatically eligible for an additional allocation from AENA. I wanted to draw folks' attention to ICP2, particularly those that weren't in the session earlier in the week where this was discussed. ICP2 is a policy that's incumbent on AENA in terms of how AENA recognizes regional internet registries. In that document, it specifies a number of principles that RARs need to follow to be an RAR. It's one of the very first policies that emerged out of ICANN back when ICANN was first created over 25 years ago. And it was critical in its role. It was a codification of some of the existing practices by RARs at the time. But more importantly, it was the basis by which LACNIC and APNIC both received recognition. So with the establishment of ICP2, that was essentially the rule book that was followed in order to adopt both LACNIC and APNIC as RARs. Now, that document is, as I mentioned, 25 years old. And particularly in light of sort of contemporary challenges, let's say, the community at large has seen fit that it is an ideal time to review it and revise it. And that work has been ongoing. My understanding is that the initial drafts of the revision work that's been conducted in the ASO/AC will be shared more broadly very, very soon. So please look out for that. And the expectation is that in forums such as this and other RAR communities as well, there'll be a dialogue in the coming months to review and provide feedback into that process. One thing that I think is super critical for the success of a revision of a document like this is to get broad review and broad support for its adoption. I think its legitimacy as a policy really derives from that broad review and adoption by the community. So the target in terms of the overall timeline, like I said, initial drafts should be more broadly available soon. But the target is to finalize that policy language towards the middle of next year. And then that gives time for the actual adoption processes, the formal adoption by community groups, NRO, et cetera, but also by ICANN Board of Directors. Briefly on accountability, without presenting you any stats or slides on this, we have a litany of reports on how we do our work, our SLA adherence, all that kind of thing. I'll simply point you to iana.org/performance, where you can drill down into all the specifics there. I did want to spend 2 minutes talking about the DNS trust anchor. This is particularly relevant to network operators to consider this. For those not familiar with security for the domain name system, the domain name system is a PKI hierarchy with cryptographic signatures applied to different zones. And essentially, it's rooted in a single key that exists for the DNS root zone called the root zone key signing key. Much like the root servers themselves, this is a piece of configuration that is essentially embedded in software for the most part and is an essential requirement for resolver software that wants to use DNSSEC to have that configured in its configuration. We maintain the KSK using a number of operational procedures, very transparent manner. We have these public key signing ceremonies every 3 months where we bring in security experts from around the world to observe and monitor how the key is administered, and all to give the community trust in how the key is managed. Which leads me to work that we're undertaking right now, which is to replace the key. Now, this is only the second time ever that we've replaced the key used in the root zone. So the original key, the original signing of the root zone happened in 2010. It was replaced for the very first time in 2018, but we're still using that same key from 2018 today. So after the 2018 key rollover, as it's called, we really had this ambition to then move to a regular schedule of doing it every 3 years. And we were super sure that we were going to do it every 3 years. But if you think about 3 years after 2018, we couldn't even get to our facilities because of COVID lockdowns and things like that. So we really had to defer that work. We really then intended to restart it early last year. But then we found out one of our key vendors of essential hardware that we use for these ceremonies was getting out of the business. So we had to kind of go back to the drawing board, find a new vendor, test and trial that hardware. Thankfully, that work is now done. So we're now ready to go. So if you look at the timeline on the slide, we actually generated the new key in April of this year. We then have a replication process to make multiple copies of it. And that happened in July. And now, just a few weeks ago, we started to distribute the signature of that key. And what that means is now that DNSSEC implementers can now start updating their configuration to be ready for that key when we switch to it. Now, this is a 2-year propagation period, so we're not going to start using that new key tomorrow. But by the end of 2026, those that use DNSSEC have to have this new key in their configuration. Now, most people won't need to do anything in particular. There'll be software updates to give you that key automatically. But for those that manually administer their configurations, large network operators and so forth, now is the time to grab that new configuration from IANA's website and start installing it in your appliances. There's also a way for the DNS itself to sort of automatically learn it from its appearance in the DNS. That process will kick off on the 11th of January next year. Lastly, I just wanted to note that, we heard earlier about APNIC strategic plan. IANA is embarking on its own 5-year strategic planning process, coincident with ICANN more broadly, which is also starting its next 5-year strategic planning process. So within the IANA team, we're really facing the question right now, what does what do the INA services need to look like in the next 5 years? And so we're looking for input into this. The PTI board that oversees IANA had a workshop a few months ago. I'd like to thank Joe Rong, who was a board member of PTI up until very recently, for all his contributions and ideas into where we want to go over the next 5 years. But soon we'll be preparing drafts for broader community review, and I'd really invite you to think about the services that we offer. Are they being offered well? Where is room for improvement? And importantly, in which direction should we go? We would really appreciate that feedback into that process. So with that, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, David. Thank you for giving the INA update. The next, I'd like to invite Nicole Zhang for ASO/AC report. Nicole.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nicole Zhang. First of all, thank you for your support and thank you for Carl, my appreciation. Now I'm going to use a few minutes to give the status report of ASOAC. So who is it? What is it? How is it organized and what does it do? So for those who are not so familiar with the ASOAC, about ASO, the ASO is one of the 3 supporting organizations called for in the ICANN bylaws. The ASO's purpose is to review and develop recommendations on IP address policy and to advise the ICANN board on policy issues related to operation, assignment, and management of IP address. The ASO was established in 1999 as per the ICANN ASO MOU between ICANN and RIRs, the Number Resource Organization, NRO, as coordinating body for the RIRs, fulfill the role of ASO. The ASO plays a role in ICANN's empowerment community, acting as the decisional participant, the decisional participant representative, and the empowered community administration representative policy. The ASO does not develop the policy relating to Internet number resources itself, but rather ensures that the global policy development process, GPDP, has been correctly followed in each RIR region. So the ICANN ASO MOU states that the ASO shall have the address council that are ASOACs consisting of 15 members of the NRONC. NRONC is an elected body of 15 volunteers, which serve as the ASOAC within the ICANN structure. Among other activities, the ASOAC appoints directors to serve in the ASOs, each of the 2 seats, number 9 and number 10, on the ICANN board. Each of RIRs appointed 3 members to the ASOAC. Each RIR's community appointed 2 members, and 1 member is appointed by the RIR's executive board. So that you can see the what does it do. Advise ICANN board overseeing the global PDP, appoint ICANN board members, and appoint members to ICANN NomCom. So that is what ASOAC do. So you can see from the slides right now, yeah, as you have already known that there are some issues about APNIC. So there are no representative, there is no representative from APNIC. And APNIC, including me, we have Gaurav and Dima is in the room as well. And Irene, we have Kevin, Nick, and Chris. And Lanik, we have Esteban, Jorge, and Ricardo. And Rep NCC, there is a vacant seat, will be elected in the coming Rep NCC. So right now we have 11 representatives within our ASOAC. Hervé serves as the chairperson, and Ricardo and me, we serve as the co-vice chair. Next. Okay, so within ASOAC, we have global policy facilitator team, Dima from APNIC, Nick from ARIN, Jorge from LANIC, and Constance from REP NCC. So then ASO/AC transparency. Transparency is the most important rules, principles. So within ASO/AC, we have annual face-to-face meeting open to observers. Within this year, we have face-to-face meeting aligned with the ICANN 79 in San Juan. The next face-to-face meeting will be in Istanbul, ICANN 81. Yes. And the mailing list open to the public as well. So you can check from the website. And then ASO/AC monthly teleconference open to the observers as well. Usually we had meeting in the first week, Wednesday at 12 UTC. So everyone is interested in this issue can participate as an observer to our ASO/AC monthly meeting. And right now we also worked, I think every week, we have special working group for the ICP2, as everybody mentioned about the ICP2, as Kim mentioned. And yes, the first day, the day before yesterday, within our cooperation SIG, there was also a open discussion about the importance, history and importance of ICP2. So I think right now, within our community, we have more some knowledge about the ICP2. The reviewing of ICP2 is continuously the process. So we are still working on this issue. Then ASO/AC current appointments, as I mentioned, that we have the responsibility to elect the number 9 and number 10 seat to ICANN board. So right now, Alan Barrett was elected to the number 9 seat of ICANN board from APNIC region. Actually, he's re-elected from the second term. Then Christian Kaufman, 10 ICANN board. His term is from 2023 to 2025 from REP NCC region. Now I'm going to update some ICP2 review. What is ICP2? Prior to ICANN's founding, you can find from these slides. Prior to ICANN's founding, there are 3 RIRs, APNIC, ARIN, and REP NCC. When ICANN was founded in September 1998, its original bylaws call for 3 supporting organizations. They are ASO, DNSO, and the PSO. The ASO was subsequently formed in October 1999, based on the MOU proposed by the 3 RIRs and accepted by ICANN. In November 1999, ICANN requested RIRs to assist with the further development of recognition criteria, which are described in the 1999 ASO MOU. After extensive discussion and several meetings, the ASO/AC passed the resolution on the criteria for the establishment of new regional internet registries, which was subsequently accepted by the ICANN board in 2001. So the document became Internet Coordination Policy, ICP2. So that is the history of ICP2. So ICP2 review, as Kim has mentioned, that there is over more than 20 years hasn't reviewed about the ICP2. So in October 2023, the NROEC sought the ASO/AC's assistance with 2 texts that should help strengthen the RIR system. First, review draft ICP2 implementation procedures. Second, strengthening ICP2. So ASO/AC held a face-to-face meeting this January in Montevideo, Uruguay, to complete the first text. Then ASO/AC provided its feedback to the NROEC in early February. Then ASO/AC continued to work on the text in its next face-to-face meeting during ICANN 79 San Juan this March. Then ASO/AC submit on July 1st a first version of its proposed ICP2 principle, Code of Principles to the NROEC to its review, completed August 13th. So as you know, during this period, we got feedback from the NROEC, then we need to discuss internally. So the whole process of reviewing and updating the ICP2 will be done within 2024 to 2025. So next, the timeline. Okay, this month is September. So in September, we provide update of community consultation during RL's meeting, promote awareness. So thanks to the arrangement of Corporation SIG, I think I suggest that you or wouldn't attend that section, must see the replay. I think it's very important. There are a lot of information provided in that section about the history and the importance and what it's doing right now of the ICP2. So I need to back. Okay. We plan that the early October this year, ASOAC community consultation via questionnaire. So the coming October. Then next year from January 2025 to April 2025, draft a revised policy, provide a final draft to NROEC, then open community consultation on draft policy. Then from April to June 2025, next year, present draft to RIR community and final versions of the policy. Then until August next year and September next year, final ASOAC report of the policy to be provided to NROEC and ICANN for consideration. So that's my ASOAC report and the status. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Nicole, and also congratulations. The next, I'd like to invite Patron to present Policy 6 report. Thank you.
Kia ora again. Bertrand Chirier from New Caledonia. I'll be doing the Policy SIG report. The brief charter of the Policy SIG is to develop policies related to all the numbers. DNS, RPKI, blah, blah. Yep. So what we had today, this morning, we had two sessions. We had Prop 157, temporary IPv4 transfers. Prop 159, reduction of minimum IPv6 allocation size from a /32 to /36. Prop 160, change IPv6 initial assignment to /44 for organization eligible for multi-homing. And we had an informal presentation of using IPv6 for Internet of Things. And the outcome, Prop 157 did not reach consensus. And because it's been on for quite a while now, it's been dropped by the chairs. Prop 159, we've never been able to reach the author after he submitted his proposal. He did not register and did not present it, so we dropped it. But it can still be represented for a next session by someone else if someone wants to take over. As for Prop 160, it did not reach consensus and it was put back to the mailing list. And we expect the author to amend it according to the feedback he received, and we'll be discussing it again at the next OPM. And I like to take this opportunity to thank Anupam Agrawal for his service as a Policy SIG co-chair. Thank you, Anupam. And that's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Patron. Next, I'd like to invite Joy Zhen for Corporation 6 report.
Thank you, Chair, and good afternoon. My name is Joy Chen. I'm here to give you a report on the Cooperation Special Interest Group. This group is very interesting. The charter is that we set this Cooperation Special Interest Group as a forum for discussion, change of ideas about a border internet topics. So it has anything related to the internet policies, governors, and anything that we can bring to this forum for discussion and for the dialogue. And this time, so for this APNIC 58, you have heard a keyword called ICP2, mentioned by Kim Davis, mentioned by Nicole, and ICP2 is our theme for this topic. We want to bring the awareness for the importance of ICP2, and we stated that this is not a consultation yet, but it's a time for us to dialogue, to having the forum for have the discussion so that we are ready for this consultation that's going to be coming up very, very soon. So we invite the different people from regions and different fields to give historical perspective and also to give us a holistic view about it. So we have the former CEO from ICANN, we have people from IANA, we also have people from ASO. So we talked about it. We also give a deep dive on the current process about what's happening, which you probably have also heard from the earlier updates from Nicole. So all this is just to help us to understand better. And also we have the next gen coming up to raise questions and having the reflection on what they think about ICP2 revision and why is it important. So what's going to be coming up next is that by understanding the importance of the ICP2, that as we said that this is not a consultation, but we are getting ourselves ready for the consultation coming. So we want the APNIC community to have a full knowledge, better understanding, looking forward, looking backward, because APNIC is us that we want to bring and the building a very strong RIRs for our internet societies. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Joyce. Next, I'd like to invite On to give in the NIR SIG report.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm from APNIC, Vietnam, and also I'm the NIR SIG chair. I'm very happy to share with you the report from our session. Yes, as you know, the chapter NIR SIG is to share information relating to the operations, policy, process of national internet strategy with the aim of promoting close cooperation among NIR and also with APNIC as well. We have the 7 presentations at the NIR SIG and a panel discussions. And I just give you some information from the NIR from the APNIC. Up to now, they had more than 100 IP members with more than 800 outside AS number as well. And also they have the great number of APKI ROA 70% with 4 tech events in this year. And also they have the OPM this year with a lot of information to give the pen company regarding to ICP2 as well, HUI accuracy and other policies. And also from APNIC, we are very happy to have the 2 guys from APNIC, Hang and Billy. They share with us the status and activity from APNIC. They have more than 1,000 members, and also they assign nearly 1,000 AS number as well. With they had 5 technical seminars in this year, and also they focus on APKI, BGP, DNS, and DNS as well. Also, they have a low cohort of APTLD last year and also APR. from TWNIC, yes, they have more than 300 members. They have a good result of IPv6 deployment in Taiwan with 60% of IPv6 adoption. And very interesting from the ROA API number from Taiwan, because they got more than 90% of ROA, and also ROV, they had 73% of ROV API. And also, I believe that TaiwanIC has a great activity to their community with trainings for security, IPv6 for IoT, segment routing VC as well. They have 2 OPM for years. Also, they have the low cost for many international events like IPR IGF, TWNIC IGF, and also other activity like that. From CNIC, yeah, they have more than 1,300 members, and also they dedicate more than 1,200 AS numbers. With they have 2 change courses this year, focus on DNS and IPv6, and also they have a great number of IPv6 users in China, 73%, and also some activity for IPv6 in China. I think that is very interesting because they have also IPv6 only city as well. Yes. From Vietnam, VNIC, they really have a good activity for IPv6 and RPKI as well. They had 63% of IPv6, and also they have got 96% of ROA IPv4. And also training is one of the important activity from the NAR and IR as well. They focus on security, IPv6 and RPKI. Policy, and also other events like VNIC Internet Conference, VNIC NOC. Yeah, they also in the panel discussion. Mr. Swan from VNIC have started the strategy of VNIC in next 5 years to look forward for the church, NAR, APNIC, and other NAR work together to make the internet be better in the future. And also in Vietnam, focused on the security, RPKI, IPv6 only in next 5 years. And to make that the dedication with the collab with the internet operation management. From IDNIC, yes, Andrew from IDNIC shared with us on the panel discussion. In next 5 years, there is a focus on people, process, and technology. They look support and have a more activity for RPKI, developing the product and service. For example, my IDNIC, RPKI, and RBL tool as well to support IDNIC member. And a good number like that, they have more than 700 new members per year. From APNIC, I'm very happy, and thank you so much, Tom, for joining with us to share the ADAPT. And we believe that ADAPT is one of the key, important key to support the security and sustainability of internet, fix problem of UE as well. And that's and other products of APNIC, for example, NetOp and MyAPNIC as well, Academy. APNIC support us a lot and also support our community. And we from APNIC, they have a lot of activity to prepare for support the NAR community and also internet user as well. I believe that thank you APNIC so much for your support of us and support all of our communities. Outcome, I think, is this session. I believe that NARs and also IRs takes very important role for developing the secure and sustainable internet. And the keyword for next 5 years, I just look back some the presentation and sharing at the panel discussion and give you some the words that I think is not all the words that you mentioned, but I think it's one of the important words in the next 5 years. For people, we not look forward on the IP member, but we look forward on AS operators and internet users as well. because we are internet for all. So we are the internet and also our member and also every members the important key of internet. And also process, we look forward to automation and digital transformation from members, NR members to NR, APNIC, other IRs, ICANN, and as well. I believe that the regulatory will support just internet. Yeah, and also the last one is the technical. Yes, we believe that who accuracy, RDAP, API, IPv6 only, security, IoT, AI is one of the keyword in next 5 years. Is that all from the NIC report? And the last word, I would like to thank you so much for my co-chair, Ralph. Yeah, he did not join online on-site, but he will join online with us today. Thank you so much for support me in 2 years, and also welcome Sanju to to NIC co-chair. Thank you again. That's all.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to invite Dr. Dima for giving us the routing security SIG report. Thank you, Dima.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dima, the acting co-chair of Routing Security SIG. Today, I'm very glad to be here to brief of our forum during APNIC 58 here in Wellington. Okay, above all, this SIG is a place where you can find what is going on with routing security in terms of new technology, standards, technical solution, as well as current practices. And discussions in this forum, both the forum and the mailing list are expected to advise the APNIC community in preparing policy proposal concerning routing security. As we all know, the RPKI has been the center of routing security, especially in inter-domain routing security, for more than a decade. And the RPKI was one of the most important reasons why routing security SIG was founded 5 years ago. Here in Wellington, all the 5 presentations talked about the RPKI. Yash from RAN NZ shared some operational perspective, especially with the RPKI and the Manos program. Shuhe Wang from Zhongguancun Lab, which by the way is a computer science institute in China, explored the operational issue with inconsistent RPKI data. Massimo from Entity provided insights into coexistence of the RPKI and remotely trigger backhaul filtering from the operational experience at IXP. And Professor Niu from Tsinghua University proposed a new type of RPKI signed object that could be used to facilitate the collaboration among multiple autonomous systems to announce IP prefixes. And Dave from APNIC showed some statistical data on RPKI deployment in Asia Pacific region. As this conference coming to the end, I'm also stepping down from the as the acting co-chair of this SIG. And as a co-founder of this SIG, since the inception, I have served as co-chair, acting chair, acting co-chair for almost 5 years. And I would like to take this opportunity to extend my thanks to all the people who helped me to undertake this task. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dima. Thank you for your support and continued contribution. Okay, here will be the second open mic section. If you have any question, any suggestion, any comment, please go before the open mic, standing mic, and share your name and affiliation, if any.
Guo Wu from the Taiwan, and I retire. In here, I like to support Jonathan in the previous session saying, I suggest we should put the gender balance in serious consideration. So if anybody want to write a proposal for the gender, balance for the EC, I think we should do it.
Thank you. The comment is well received. I believe we'll definitely put it into very serious considerations. Thank you very much. Any question, comment, suggestion? Okay, Akinori.
Akinori Maimura from APNIC. I would like to put some my concern in the policy procedure. We had some policy proposal this time in the policy SIG, and then we had some revision in the very last minute, and then we actually a bit confused with that. So I would think that such a revision of the policy proposal should have some deadline to the the sufficient time in advance to the policy SIG on site. But I may be wrong, so I'd like to have the idea from the policy SIG chairs or some other people.
Okay, thank you. Patron, can you respond to the question?
I totally agree with you. And I've tried to amend that. It was last year, if I remember correctly, and to specify the deadlines and give an extra week for the submission and the last modification, but it was rejected by the community. But maybe I put it wrong, and it's about time to do it again. Thank you.
Okay, right. Thank you. Just for additional consideration, if you do have anything want to change, for example, like a policy SIG guideline, and you are welcome to do so because the SIG guideline was revised by the community, also through the APNIC policy development process. So that's some reminder for you if you have any recommendation regarding to how we conduct the policy. Thank you very much. Any comment, question, suggestion? Please go to before the mic. Any comment from the Zoom? Okay, right. Thank you. Hearing none, I'd like to proceed the next. The next, I'd like to invite Chi-Hu Zheng for APNIC report. Thank you, Chi-Hu.
Thank you, Kenny. I am doing it on behalf of Toyama-san of APNIC because he is leaving probably on the plane. APNIC is Asia Pacific Inter-Exchange Association. It's established in 2010, and they have meeting twice a year. Usually would be along APICOT and APNIC meetings. The objectives of APNIC are to share information about technical, operational, and business issues and solutions regarding IX. And in fact, there are IX in other regions as well, including IX in Europe, IX in Latin America, and AFIX in Africa. And all together, they actually form the IX Federation, IXF. And APNIC thank the support and sponsorship from Internet Society, APNIC, and Google. In fact, APNIC provides the venue and catering for the meetings of APNIC at APRICOT and APNIC conferences. Right now, the steering committees have like 5 persons. Toyama-san from Japan is the chair. Arno from DKIX India is the secretary. Xichong Zhang from China is the treasurer. They also have Abhishek from India and Masataka from Japan. They now have 43 members, and they have just gotten 3 new members. The 3 new members are DKIX Indonesia from Indonesia, of course, and HSH IXP from China, and STU IX from Taiwan. This is another look at their membership distribution. They have members from 20 countries' economies. And they have a program committee to look at the program. The chairperson of the program committee is Narelle from Australia. They also have Naveed from ISOC and Somon from NIXI. Together with the steering committee, they determine the program every time. And they had their 30th meeting on Tuesday, and they had like 46 attendees. Some are online, some are in person, and the representation are from 18 members of APIX. They have a good agenda, and in summary, they have people talking about the internet peering landscapes in like New Zealand, China, Bangladesh, Mongolia. They also have people to talk about how to grow an IX. That's about the case in like Lisbon, and they also have like updates from the members, including new members and existing members. And they also have done a survey, and they have presented the results. I think it's a good reference for a lot of us. And also there is a book about the Peering Chronicles of Japan, translating into English. They presented about that. I think it's a very good reference for a lot of us as well. The next meeting is planning to be with APRICOT 2025, but of course, we don't know where it will be held yet, but stay tuned for that, especially for the IX operators right here. If you have not joined APIX, I would highly recommend you join APIX. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chihu, for making the APIX report. So finally, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank a lot of partners, sponsors. Without your contribution, we cannot make a successful APNIC 58 conference here. So for the vote of thanks, I'd like to invite the following partner. Go to the stage. Okay, I'd like to express our gratitude to our local host. It's Internet NZ. Is anyone from Internet NZ? Thank you, Vivian. Thank you, Vivian. And next will be, I'd like to thank 100% Pure New Zealand and Business Event Wellington. Sorry, it didn't show in the slide. And next, I want to thank PAC IGF. Right, thank you. Please go to the stage. Next, I'd like to invite 100% Pure New Zealand and Business Event Wellington. Okay, that's Business Event Wellington. Is anyone here on behalf of Business Event Wellington? Okay, no one here. Skip to next one. It doesn't work. Next slide, please. Okay, next I'd like to invite our silver sponsor, IPv4 Global, and also IPXO. Okay. Thank you. Oh, this way. Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to invite for internet connectivity and sponsor, including Cello and Mercury, and also Absolutely Positive Wellington City Council and Extreme Network. No for cover, please. Okay, right. Okay, thank you. Extreme? Anyone? No? Kid? No, this one. You go to the next one. Oh, okay, right. Next, I'd like to invite community sponsors, including APG and APNIC and VeriSign. Okay, no one from there. Okay, skip to next one. Bronze sponsor, including CNIC, Felix Tix, and HKI's Internet Society, JPNIC, KISA, TWNIC. Please go to the stage. Okay, this. Thank you. HKIX. Yeah, please. Internet Society. Okay. So also like to appreciate our supporter from IIJ and also Victoria University of Wellington. Yeah, sure. You can skip. Also, no more gift anyway. Do we have gift for signature?
No, but we have Absolutely Wellington here.
Oh, they're here. Okay, I'd like to invite Absolutely Positive Wellington City Council. Are they here? No, they're not here.
Not here.
Okay, right, thank you. Then I'd like to thank, including Policy Secretary and Cultural Patron, Anubam and Shiala, and for your contribution. I think that's a great effort. That's the most important element in the APNIC conference. And also like to appreciate NIR Secretary and Co-Chair, including On and Gara, and Corporation Secretary and Co-Chair, Joy and Bitron, Routing Security Secretary and Co-Chair, Jolene and Dima. Also thank NRONC and SIG EC Election Chair, Sherry, and Election Scrutiny, Athena from RIPE, Trumpika from ICANN, and all election nominee and participant, and congratulations for newly elected member as well. So, outgoing community leader, thank you for your service and contribution. NIR6 co-chair and NIR-NC, Garot, and Routing Security acting co-chair, Dima, and Policy 6 co-chair, Anupan. Thank you for your contribution. And your leading and contribution will be a very critical part of our policy development process. Also, thanks for all the program committee member and co-chair, John Browy and Mario, and also fellowship committee member, including mentor and fellow, and all the keynote, all speaker and moderator as well. And besides all thanks all the APNIC EC staff, and also our colleagues from different places of the world, and all the participants engaged. And everyone who attend in person and remotely, thank you very much. Thank you for your participation. So the next conference will be somewhere, will be confirmed. Okay, next conference will be announced very soon, so stay tuned, and that will be announced very soon. And also stay in touch. We have all kinds of communication vehicles, such as go to APNIC blog, and like X and YouTube, SlideShare, Pin, and Facebook, LinkedIn, and Flick. And also we have all kinds of social media. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much again. Before we close, we are almost in the end of the conference. I'd like to take this moment to thank all of you for your participation, especially for your contribution. Actually, your presence here and also your active engagement is make the conference a succeed. I also like to take this particular moment to try to express my gratitude to our local sponsor, Internet NZ, for their wonderful, tremendous, unbelievable support and hospitality as well. And also like to thank especially APNIC staff and contributors and volunteers, because you do a lot of work to make the conference succeed. And thank you for your hard work behind the scene. I like this week actually full of a lot of discussion, very, very insightful discussion. A lot of new idea and new opportunity come out, especially for connection and for collaboration. So as we move forward, I would like to encourage all of you to continue based on what we have achieved today and go to wide beyond that and to build a more secure, open internet for everyone. So finally, who should I mention? Sorry. Okay. Finally, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our incoming Director General, Jiarong Luo. We expect Jiarong, we're looking forward Jiarong to lead the APNIC, demonstrate his leadership to lead the APNIC to the next chapter as well. Okay, before we closing, thank you all for your being here, and I wish you a safe journey. And before we meet next time, stay safe and also stay connected. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. So APNIC 58, sorry, is officially concluded. Thank you very much. I'd like to move the mic to Sunny for housekeeping and following logistics. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Just a reminder, the social event, the closing social, will be at 7 o'clock. It's in Wellington Foyer, Tipapa. Tipapa is right opposite to this convention center, the next building that you see there. We all see you there and hope you enjoy the closing social. We will take a group photo of the sponsors and the EC as well. So sponsors, if you could please step in. And the APNIC staff, please stay in the room. We'll take a group photo. That's our tradition. We don't have the T-shirts, but we just be whatever we are wearing today. And you get your T-shirts later on. So thank you, everyone, and we see you at the opening social tonight. Sorry, closing social tonight, not opening. I made a mistake.
Sunny.
Archie, would you like to take a selfie before they all leave the room?
Yeah, selfie section.
seat. Everybody come forward.
We probably don't need to go over there.
He's a selfie guy. He has to take a selfie of everyone. The lights. Why don't we take the sponsors one, right? Take the sponsors first. They've been standing there for long.